If you are listening to this on the YouTube, please hit the red button to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. One more time. The week from hell continues. Thank you. Let's turn this thing down. Welcome to the podcast. It's done. Thank you. We appreciate your business. I stopped this thing, and the maid's still here. One of these days, you can tell we are broadcasting this from our expansive, state-of-the-art outdoor studio. And I will not bore you anymore with my tales of woe from last week. I probably lost subscribers for that. Or I lost listeners because people subscribe and they never come back. But hey, I'm 8 away from 100, so we're going to see if what we can do to get back on track. But we'll give you updates as things go along as needed. Because basically, Don is just day to day with all this crap. Before we start this thing, I'm going to get to this. I've had to start this thing and restart it. I am going to get to the point today. One way or the other. We are in the t-shirt business, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the t-shirt business, and they're beautiful. They're really beautiful. I have a saying that is D2S2. Don't do stupid stuff. The word stuff could be a little bit harder, but I think the only two people who are allowed to say those words are JD from New York and Jim Cornette. That probably tells you more than you need to know. Anyway, they're beautiful t-shirts. They're simple. They say what they need to say. They come in 5 dark colors and all types of sizes. And when people say they come in all sizes, what they really mean is pretty much up to XL, 2X, that's about it. No. We go from small all the way to 5X. You know, Omar the tent maker, my size. I finally designed a t-shirt that I can not only actually sell, but actually wear. Now, in front of me, I do not have the link, but the link, if you are listening to this on YouTube, and by the way, our YouTube address for these things is Radio Don 1 on the YouTube. And through that, you can get to this, and through this, you can get to the link that's below this to order your t-shirts. And we're doing a Christmas special. Yes, I said the word Christmas. I should have said holiday just for my own personal politicals, but it is a holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you want to call it, special. We usually sell these things for about $22. It's only $19.99 plus shipping and handling and tax and stuff like that, because those things have to be paid. But it's still a pretty good value, and it's going to be running through Christmas Eve. We're stopping it on Christmas Eve because, hey. And if you can order it now, you'll get it before Christmas. Now I'm going into Ronco mode. But buy the t-shirts. Also, if you don't want the t-shirts, you want to support what we're doing here, you can always go to paypal.me/radiodon and give us a one-time. We're still working on what we're going to do with the Patreon. And when that's cooked and ready, we'll give it to you. So, The only person on this planet who probably had a worse week than me, the only two people, are Vince McMahon and Donald Trump. Vince McMahon, because Raw ratings have now dipped to ratings so low, they're about at the CW level. Okay? They're that low. And of course, the other person is the employer of Vince McMahon's lovely wife, Linda. The Mueller report is coming out, or it has came out. There's Comey stuff, there's Mueller stuff, and it's gotten the folks on my side really, really, really happy. They're doing happy dances because, oh, impeachment! Oh, we're going to see Donald Trump and Melania and Ivanka and the two boys just dragged out of the White House kicking and screaming. And here I am, a fellow progressive, here to pour cold water with ice upon your heads. I keep doing this, and I'm going to continue to do this until I get it through your thick skulls that what you're looking at, your wet dream of seeing Donald Trump being thrown out of office bodily, is going to be hard at best and impossible at the worst. First off, you have to understand what impeachment really is. I've said this before, but impeachment is nothing more than an indictment. Let's say that you are arrested for, say, beating up your spouse. I gotta get new teeth. And it's around about the 20-minute mark of Law and Order, and you're sitting down, and there's Jerry Lacey doing one-liners and saying, oh, we're going to indict you, and they throw it to the grand jury, and the grand jury indicts you. Now, in terms of impeachment of a president, the grand jury is the U.S. House of Representatives. And one of the reasons that a lot of you probably voted for Democrats is because at least you kind of know a little bit about things like simple majority versus two-thirds majority. And the thing is, in order to indict a president, in order to pass bills of impeachment, you need to have a simple majority, and we've got that in terms of Democrats. So right now the bar has been lowered in terms of getting the impeachment going forward. And trust me, they're going to start trying probably the first day. The problem is there enough evidence? Now, before I say anything, may I point out that impeachment has nada to do about evidence. It's all political. It's all political. You can have videotape clearing Donald Trump of all crimes. If they want to impeach him, they can go ahead and impeach him. They just need the evidence not to look that vengeful. So impeachment is an indictment. You need a simple majority. That's done. The fun begins when they get this thing to the Senate. That's where the trial starts. You see, I'm old enough to remember the last impeachment that happened in this country. Hillary's husband. and the whole Monica Lewinsky thing and all that sort of stuff. No, I don't care. And what happened is that they went into the trial. The trial is basically the judge is the Supreme Court Chief Justice, who in this particular case, in terms of Trump, would be a Republican. The president can bring in his own person, but basically this is sort of like a kangaroo court. And everything's going to be done for the camera. And there'll be people who say, well, we went through all this and we did due diligence. BS. It's all going to be for the camera. And it's going to take up all your TV time. So if you're a person who loves to watch Judge Judy, forget that. That's gone for 2 weeks. And it's going to take about 2 weeks for this trial to go on. And again, you've got a Republican Chief Justice that's judging on a Republican president. And then they go to deliberations. I did some counting, folks. There are 100 people in the Senate, or who will be in the Senate on the day that it opens up in 2019. They've got a simple, they don't have a majority of Democrats. And the majority of Republicans have increased a little bit. Excuse me. So basically, to convict Donald Trump and have him kicked out of office on his arse, you need every single Democrat. And trust me, I don't think there is going to be a Democrat who's going to vote for acquittal at all. You need every single Democrat, every single independent who basically might as well be Democrats. Plus, you need to convince at least 17 to 20, I'd say to be safe, 20 Republicans to sign off on conviction. If you took this on a party vote, the man's still in office. The man's still in office. Now, it does seem that Donald Trump is working double back overtime to see if he can force these Republicans to hate him that much. And since a lot of these Republicans come from states where Trump is still strong, you know, if one of them has courage, he could get, primaried. But you need 20 courageous Republicans. It ain't happening. It isn't. As much as I would love to see Donald Trump thrown out of office, but it ain't going to be happening through impeachment. It's something we just need to forget about. Just focus on finding somebody with blood coursing through their veins who's probably not an AARP member who can beat Donald Trump and his minions. But we're not. We're going to pray that Mueller could do his magic and throw him out. Anyway, I'm running out of time, and we got to go. Have a great day. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell. Take care. Bye, y'all.